All right, let's dive right in. Today we're unpacking a really popular and yeah, definitely controversial online theory about attraction. It claims to have the answer for a very common frustration in modern dating. We're just going to break down the arguments exactly as the source material presents them, so we can all see what makes this idea tick.
So this is the big question that kicks the whole thing off. It's a feeling a lot of people can relate to, right? And according to this theory, it's not just a string of bad luck. The claim is that the answer is rooted in something way, way deeper than our conscious choices. Okay, section 1, the nice guy paradox. So right off the bat, the theory frames this whole problem as a paradox. And it's a central puzzle that really serves as the foundation for the entire argument we're about to get into. And here's that paradox in a nutshell. The argument goes like this. While many women consciously say they want the traits on the left, someone kind, supportive, stable, their primal gut-level attraction often gets triggered by the traits on the right, things like dominance, intensity, maybe even a little unpredictability. This gap between what we think we want and what we're actually drawn to is the mystery this theory tries to solve. This quote pretty much cuts right to the heart of it. The main idea here is that attraction isn't some logical thing you do with a spreadsheet. It's not a pros and cons list. Instead, the source frames it as a biological imperative, a deep-seated instinct that was shaped over millennia and can sometimes just completely steamroll what our logical brain thinks it wants. So that brings us to our second section, our ancient programming. If attraction is this powerful biological force, then where does that programming actually come from? Well, this theory points its finger straight at evolutionary psychology. The argument is basically this: our modern brains are running on some seriously old software. Think about it. The instincts that helped our ancestors survive and pick a partner in a world where that choice was literally life or death, well, the theory says those instincts are still humming away in the background, influencing who we find attractive today. And the source gives this evolutionary drive a specific name: hypergamy. It's defined as this deep unconscious program that's always scanning for traits that signal high survival value. We're talking about things like status, resources, and power. All right, now for section 3, the modern bad boy. This is where the theory really tries to connect all those ancient instincts to the dating world we live in right now. It argues that there's a specific modern-day character that still manages to push all those old primal buttons. And here's the crucial link. The modern bad boy is seen as a kind of stand-in, a modern-day echo of that ancient tribal warrior. So the traits he projects, that boldness, that hint of danger, that total self-assuredness, are basically seen as modern signals of the exact same qualities that would have made a man a top-tier protector and provider way back when.
So what traits are we actually talking about? Well, the source points to a psychological concept called the dark triad. But what's really key here is how the source reframes these traits. It claims that, in the context of attraction, narcissism isn't just about vanity, it signals rock-solid self-worth. Machiavellianism isn't just manipulation, it signals a high level of social intelligence. And psychopathy isn't just a lack of empathy, it's seen as a signal of fearlessness and being totally calm under pressure. And that brings us to section 4, the attraction spark. So how do these traits actually create that magnetic pull we call attraction? Well, the theory explains the mechanism through 2 key ideas: polarity and frame. First up is this idea of sexual polarity. The easiest way to think about it is like a magnet, right? You need a positive pole and a negative pole to get that pull. The idea is that attraction thrives on that tension, that spark between distinct masculine and feminine energies. It's the difference that supposedly creates the charge. And here's where the problem comes in, according to the theory. This quote explains that when a guy becomes too agreeable, too focused on pleasing and avoiding any conflict, he inadvertently erases that energetic difference. He basically kills the tension. And what happens then? The spark just fizzles out. This leads directly to the proposed solution, which the source calls the masculine frame. And let me be super clear on this, because it's a big point. This is not about controlling another person. Not at all. It's about controlling yourself, maintaining your own sense of direction, your own emotional stability, no matter what's going on around you. And that brings us to our final section, building inner power. Okay, so after all that theory, you're probably wondering, so what do I actually do? Well, this is where the source material shifts gears from just explaining the why and gets into some actionable advice. And I've got to say this again because it's really important. The solution being proposed here is not to go out and become a cruel or toxic person. That's not the goal at all.
Instead, the focus is on a complete internal shift, on developing what it calls inner power. The whole idea is to stop looking for approval from other people and start generating that validation from within yourself.
The source gets pretty specific here, laying out different practices that are designed to be tools for building that emotional control and resilience. The idea is that each one helps train your mind and body to stay centered and steady, especially when you're under stress or facing discomfort.
When you really boil it all down, the entire philosophy is about making this one massive mental shift. By developing that inner power and holding your own frame, the source claims that you shift from passively hoping you get chosen to actively being the one who does the choosing.
And so, this is where the theory leaves us, with one final reflective question. Are you leading or are you waiting for approval? It's a provocative end to a complex and, without a doubt, a very controversial theory of attraction.